Welcome to Mrs. K's Foods class again. What we're going to do today is I'm going to teach you guys how to make a pretzel. You can top your pretzels however you want. Today I have a Herb Pretzel, so we're using an Italian seasoning, a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder. But you could do a basic rock salt or a sea salt on top, which would be good with a cheesy sauce or a spicy cheesy sauce. Often you'd get this in a restaurant as an appetizer. Now, because I've already taken you guys through bread making, I'm not going to demo the dough, but I am going to demo the shaping. Now, things you need to know for the shaping. Now, is my mirror good? Everybody's good in the back? Checking? No? Down? Up? We're good? Thumbs up? A little down. Jacob, you're the man. All right.
There you go.
There we go. Beauty. Okay, so I've got my Foods 20 students here with me today, and we're reviewing bread during COVID, which I call the Teachers Without Borders and cooking. It's a crazy scenario. That's why I'm wearing this wonderful mask. So what I'm going to do is I needed my counter, but you want your counter to be pretty clean. And actually, for rolling buns or rolling ropes, you don't want there to be flour on your counter. Otherwise, a dough will just slide around. Okay. So I've got my dough here. Preferably I would have liked to let it rest a little bit longer, but I didn't have that long over my lunch hour in between the sanitizing. So it's rested for maybe like 3 minutes. So you want to rest it for 10 or 15 minutes if you can, normally. Now, and it does have some exterior flour on it. And if you do end up in this scenario, I'm going to show you how to navigate that should you end up here. Now, I'm thinking that this dough might make either 3 bigger pretzels or 4 smaller. So I'm going to go with 3 bigger. So score. Be happy with the size of your pieces because you want them to be roughly the same size. Cut your pieces. All right, I shouldn't have put my bowl over there because you want to keep them underneath your bowl. Luckily, I have another bowl right there, which I'm just going to keep the ones I'm not using under my bowl so they don't dry out. Now, what I want to do is I want to roll out my dough into a rope, okay? Your ropes actually need to be, Alex, notably longer than you would think to make a pretzel and to have that nice shape like that's in the diagram on the picture there. So when you're rolling, you start in the center and you open your fingers up on the way to the ends of the pretzel, and that's how you keep the rope even. So it's not fat in one area, thin in another, okay? So you start at the center and roll out. Now, this scenario, if it's not working for you or your dough seems to be sliding and not actually rolling, then you can just gently put a touch of water, just a touch of water to make your hand slightly damp, and then try rolling it. What that's going to do is just release a touch of surface gluten, so there's like just a touch of tackiness so that it rolls nicely into that rope. Okay? Okay, and if you're like, oh, it's not very even in this spot, then just roll. Now you want your rope to be pretty long. Okay, so I have 3 pieces. Now keep in mind, I've made this recipe. The one that you see up there is what I would do in my normal class. For COVID, I've halved everything. So this is a recipe literally for 1 person, and this is gonna give me 3 pretzels. So it's pretty small. So if you're gonna do this at home, I suggest you double it if you're planning to have, give everyone one to every family member, depending on how many you're going to eat. Then what you do to actually make the pretzel shape is you bring the 2 ends together like this. You guys see? You cross them over each other like so. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, got it to this point. And then you twist them around each other. So it looks like a twist, right? Good? All right. And then we just fold it down. Okay? So what I would do is just gently press it down, because the next step is I'm going to put this, today I'm doing, the pretzel gets that nice golden brown color because it's actually put in what we call a baking soda bath. It has a particular taste because we put it in a baking soda bath. What a baking soda bath is Aaron, my amazing cameraman, he's going to follow me over here to my pot. I'm going to use a metal spatula because it's better for the water. I'm just going to put it in a pot of steaming water for about 30 seconds to basically immerse it in baking soda. You don't want it to be a lot longer than 30 seconds because otherwise your pretzel is gonna have a metallic taste. All right, so I'm gonna leave it in there. And then once I remove my pretzel from here, I'm gonna put it, can somebody tell me what the baking temperature was? 400. Okay, I'm gonna remove it, put it. I'm preheating my oven, that's fine. While my oven is preheating, I'm gonna put this pretzel on the pan. The oven's not gonna be at 400 yet, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put it in the oven while it's kind of preheating. You can even have the oven door just open a crack, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to dry the outside off of the water. Okay, so I'm trying to get the water off of my pretzel. So I'm probably coming up to probably more than the 30 seconds. And now I'm just gonna pop this onto my pan, okay? You can use the same bath for all of your pretzels. So what I have in here is probably something around 4 cups of water, and I've got just over a tablespoon of baking soda, and I'll come put it in your pots. Just get a pot out, get it simmering with about 4 to 5 cups of water, and I'll come give you your baking soda. The water is boiling, so I mean, I think we can use the same water because boiling is, you know, killing bacteria, etc. and so forth. But of course, all your dishes and things, so one person goes, nobody's allowed to touch each other's dishes. And you call me, put your hand up, I'll sanitize all your dishes in between. The next person goes and you guys wash each other's dishes and guide each other through the process. Now, when my pretzel is like that, I'm going to grab a little bit of sea salt and my seasonings here. Now, I like sea salt, but I really like me some, I'm gonna put a little bit of onion powder on here, just for fun, because I like it. And I'm gonna put some Italian seasonings on here. Okay, and I'm gonna dry it out a little in the oven, but you don't wanna dry it before you put your seasonings on because the residue water is what's gonna give us our stickiness to stick the spices on, right, Alex? Alex, you're such an important kid to me. Do you wanna come up on here and do the next demo for me? Do you wanna come demo? Okay, good. All right. I'm just gonna dry that out a little bit. I'm gonna leave that oven door open.
Were you like serious?
Yeah. All right. Alex is here. Okay, where's your apron, Alex? Okay. So that's it for me. Did you turn it off? All right. She's still